Good morning, guys. I hope you all are doing well on this fine Sunday morning. We are here with our brand new unit. And this unit, we are going to be talking about making choices. And part of that is, I've got a little activity for you guys this morning, first thing. So, we all know that time is an essence. And right now we have so much time. And you can get a lot done with the time that you have. So I want to do something. I want to see if you can do these things with a time of 10 seconds. That's right. You're going to have 10 seconds to complete these tasks. See if you can do them. All right. Our first task that you have 10 seconds to do is I want you to spell your first and your last name in 10 seconds 3 times. All right. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I hope you all were able to do that. All right, here we go. You have 10 seconds to do 10 jumping jacks. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect job. I'm sure you all were able to do 10 jumping jacks. Now, this one's going to get a little tricky. This one's going to make you use your brain a little bit. I want you to name 5 different countries, and it cannot be the U.S. All right? 5 different countries. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect job. All right, now what I want you to do is name 5 vegetables. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, the last one I want you guys to do is I want to see how long you can hop on your leg, one leg. I want to see if you can do that for 10 seconds without falling. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent job. So as you can see, you can do a lot of things in 10 seconds. But you know what else you can do in 10 seconds? You can learn a memory verse. You're like, what? That's exactly right. If you spend just 10 seconds a day, that's all it takes, 10 seconds a day, you will be able to learn this memory verse. And the best part about it is, I've got some motions to help you guys out. Okay, let me set this down real quick. So, our verse for this unit comes from the book of Psalms. Psalms 119, verse 34. And this is what it says. It says, help me understand your instruction. I will obey it and follow it with all of my heart. That's the verse. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys some motions to help you guys memorize that, all right? So what we want to do is we want to take both of our hands and put them together. This is our sign for help because we are helping one another. So it goes, help me understand. All right? Do that with me. Help me understand. For your instruction, we're just going to point to our mouth and go straight out. Your instruction. So it goes, help me understand your instruction. And then it goes, we're going to point to our I, will obey and follow with all of my heart. Psalms 119:34. All right, so those are the motions. And so we're going to do it one more time, straight through with all the motions. Follow along with me. Here we go. Psalms 119:34. Help me understand your instruction. I will obey and follow it with all of my heart. Great job, guys. I hope you guys are going to look at this verse, like I said, just 10 seconds a day, and hope you guys are able to memorize this. Now, let's kick it over to Evan for our awesome story this week.
Thank you, Devin. So, today's Bible story comes from Judges chapter 6 and 7. So Judges chapter 6 and 7. If you want to go back and grab that, I'm just going to summarize most of this story. It's about one person you may have heard of before, and that person's name is Gideon. And so this unit, we're all going to be looking at different people from the Bible who made some different choices. So, each and every day when we wake up, we get to make tons of choices. Some good and the right choice, and some bad and the wrong choice. So we're going to talk a little bit today about Gideon and some of the choices he made and why he made those. Okay? So what we want to remember from this story, give a little background, is the Israelites weren't doing the right thing. So God basically put another group in charge of the Israelites, and that group was called the Midianites. Everyone say Midianites? Great job. So the Midianites basically were given control over the Israelites. And then for like 7 years, they were doing things that weren't very nice to them. They were destroying their crops. And so the Israelites, they were a little scared and nervous because this just wasn't a good situation. So the Israelites went and they hid in the mountains back then. So, back then that area, that was a place where they could find refuge. And so they went and hid in the mountains because they were just a little scared. And so one day when Gideon was threshing wheat, which means just like beating it out, getting the bad parts of the wheat to go to the ground and keeping the good parts of the wheat, that's just something they did back then. All of a sudden, an angel of the Lord came to Gideon. And this is what the angel told him. He said, "You will save your people from the Midianites." Now, this was a big deal. Gideon answered, he said, "How could I possibly do that?" He said, "My family is poor." He said, "I'm the youngest in my family." So Gideon didn't have a lot of confidence in himself because, like he said, his family didn't have a lot of resources. They were poor. He was the youngest one. He really wasn't experienced in battle or delivering them. And so that was a big deal. Then, "I will be with you," God promised. He said, "You will strike down the Midianites as if they were only one man." So, this is an interesting situation. God's told him, "You know what? I know you're nervous and I know you're scared. I'm going to be with you. You're going to strike them down like it was one person." So, Gideon gathered 32,000 of the Israelites, ready for battle. And God told him, he said, "You know what? You have too many men." He said, "Tell the ones that are a little scared or nervous to go home, and let's see what you have left." So Gideon, of course, then said, if you're nervous or a little scared, you go home. If you're afraid. And then Gideon got down to 10,000 men. A lot less. And God told him, "Gideon, still too many men." He said, "I'm going to give you a little, we're going to have to get a little less men. So this is how we're going to do it." He said, "I want you to take all these 10,000 down, and I want you to have them drink some water from the river." He said, "The ones that pick it up in their hands and lap it like a dog," he said, "that's one." He said, "And then the other group might just get down with their hands by the river and just drink the water straight from the river." He said, "Separate them up into 2 groups." So Gideon said, okay, took them down to the river, get a little drink. Well, what happened was, when they got down there, the group that drank like this, like the dogs, was only 300 people. And God said, "Okay, that's the group I want you to take. Send everybody else home." So Gideon started with 32,000 men. He's now down to 300. A lot less. Okay? So, now, God then gave him some specific instruction with the 300 men. He said, "I want you to give every man a trumpet and an empty pitcher with a torch inside." So Gideon, he had another choice to make. He's been making the right choices. He's been doing what God said, but he might be a little nervous about it probably. So he directs the men to surround the enemy camp. And when Gideon blew his trumpet, basically the men took the pitchers, broke the pitchers on the ground, blew their trumpets, and basically they shouted, "For the Lord and for Gideon." And when they did this, all the Midianites, they were confused. They didn't understand what was going on because it seemed like obviously there was a much bigger group, and the loudness, it just made them crazy. And they started fighting each other and killing each other. And basically, the battle was won by Gideon. Okay? So, what we have that story is, we have Gideon had a chance to make a lot of choices and choose what God wanted him to do or what he wanted to do. And I want us to think about this choice process. Because the first choice that he had to make was, God told him, you're gonna deliver him, and he had to say, okay, I want to follow God. We said, you know what? Our family doesn't have any money. I'm the youngest person. Probably a sense of nervousness, but he said, no, I'm going to do what God wants me to do. The next choice he had to make was, I need to gather some men. So he gathered 32,000 men. And then God said, okay, well, I want you to ask for a little less if they're afraid to send them home. That's another choice he had to make. Do I really send them home, or do I want to fight with the people I brought? He said, well, God said this, I'm going to do it. And then the next choice he had to make was, God told him, you know what? Go ahead and get him a drink from the water, and you might send some more home. He had a choice. Could he do that or not do that? He went ahead and did that. And then when he gave him the final instruction of how to actually win the battle, I'm sure Gideon was thinking, this is really crazy, but I followed God's choices up until this point. I'm going to keep following. So he's following the right choices and doing the right thing. Now, in Gideon's situation, it's probably a lot harder than some of the choices we have to make. But we're going to get in situations where it's hard to follow God and make the right choice. So let's remember the story of Gideon. And remember that God is there to help us. He's our provider, okay? He's with us. Even in tough times, we're trying to make hard choices. Let's turn it back over to Devin. I think he has a little game for us to play with some choices. Good luck.
All right, guys. Wow, Evan, what an incredible story. Thank you for that. So today, I wanted to play a little game. All right, are you guys up for a game? Perfect. And so this game is going to require me to have a coin. And you just need yourself. That's right, guys. So what we're going to do is, I have this coin, and I am going to flip it in the air 7 times. Now, that's a lot. But what I want you guys to do is determine whether it's heads or tails. That's it. It's pretty simple, right? So if you think it's heads, I want you to put your arms up in the air with your thumbs up. If you think it's tails, I want you to put your thumbs down. Alright? And so the game is simple. You are trying to get all 7 correct. If you can get all the way to the end without missing one, you will win. However, if you miss one, then you will lose and you're out. And it's okay. It's okay if you're out, but now this is something that's going to be hard, but I don't want to see anybody be a cheater, alright? So be honest with yourself. If you got it wrong, it's perfectly okay. Just say, I didn't win, maybe next time, alright? So, here we go. You're going to guess whether this coin is heads or tails 7 times. You ready? Alright, here goes flip number 1. Oh, I didn't catch it, but it fell, and it looks like it is a tails. Tails is the first one. So if you chose tails, congratulations, you are still in. Alright, we're either going heads or tails. Here we go. Flip number 2. It is tails once again. Tails once again. It's 2. Now, that probably eliminated a lot of people. But also, there's a lot of people still in, so keep on guessing. Here we go. Flip number 3. Heads or tails? You would not believe it, but it is tails again. That is 3 times in a row. Is there anybody still out there? Maybe so. Let's see. Flip number 4. It's also tails. How crazy is that? There's been 4 tails in a row. I promise there's a heads on here. I promise there is. Here we go. Flip number 5. It's tails. That is 5 in a row. Who would have saw this coming? Not I. Alright, here we go. Flip number 6. I flipped it too early here. I'm going to flip that one again because it hit. Alright, here we go. It's a heads. There we go. That's a heads. So far we've had 5 tails, and the 6th one was a head. I hope that somebody's still in there. If it is, go ahead and let us know what your last one is. Here we go. And it is a heads. Alright, so we had tails, 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 head, head. Did anybody get every single one of those right? If so, please let us know. Comment on the video and let us know that you got them all right. Now, here's the thing about that game was full of choices. You had to make the choice whether you were going to pick tails or whether you were going to pick heads. And honestly, in this game, it really didn't matter. It didn't make a big difference. You wasn't basing that off of life or death situation. You were just, it's just a guess. And guys, life is all about the choices that we make. You can either choose to do the right thing or the wrong thing. Now, in this game, neither choice was right or wrong. It was just a random guess. But in life, we do have the choice to do either what's right or what's wrong. As Evan said in the story, Gideon chose either to do the right thing or the wrong thing. He wound up with 300 men because of the choices that he made to fight the battle. But guess what? God was still able to use him to defeat that army. And so I just want to challenge you guys, when it comes down to the choices that you have to make, I want you to really concentrate on the choices and determine whether it's the right thing. Is it something that God really wants me to do and what he's telling me to do? Or do I want to do what I want to do that may hurt me, may hurt someone else, but I want to do it? So the choice is yours. Are you going to choose to do what's right or to do what's wrong? I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in a little while.